Get out of here, man. These are mine. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I give you butterscotch, you have to go eat it, not just swallow it. It's my dog. I can give it to him. Now go eat it. That's all you get. There's one. Y'all sit there and chill that thing forever. Hola. Welcome to backyard. You can almost see the moon. Almost. So there's. Wait, that is the moon. Think is the Cancer moon? Yeah, that bright thing in the tree right there, that's the moon. If you care. Why is the comments not working? There. Hey, Sasquatch. Um, just gave my dog a piece of candy. You're not supposed to chew it up and swallow it. You're supposed to lick it. Hey, Carol. Heard it's been raining up your underways. I just washed my laptop screen or whatever, and then my grandson was watching. What were we watching the other day? Anyway, he slung stuff all over it again. Not saying that he's a messy kid or anything. Who learned to walk sideways today, apparently. He can walk sideways. He can walk sideways in a circle, and he can actually run and jump now. That's scary. Told y'all not to teach him walk. It was hard enough to catch him when he learned how to crawl. Well, not today, but the last few weeks or whatever. Somebody's been getting rain up that way pretty regular the past couple months. Not exactly your part of town, but and I don't know if anybody's getting the notifications on these live streams anymore. So y'all feel free to share them out there. Several people come in real late and be like, "Oh, I didn't get a notification." Oh, okay. And I think a few of them have started watching the Prepared Homestead, and he's live right now. I've tried to go to his live streams or whatever, but I have a hard time with the side chat, so. I mean, Travis is a cool dude and everything. My wife's Chinese TikTok got a notification to tell her husband to tune into you. That's scary. Is that true, man? That would be messed up. Make husband watch Crazy White Boy. No learn important stuff. I tried to make it a pretty doomer like what do you call it? What do you call title and thumbnail. Excellent, Carol. I'm assuming you mean like her soul, not like you didn't just put her in a freezer somewhere and got her stored for later. That would be weird. We got somebody decorated for Christmas early this year. Got a what is that? 200-foot Christmas tree. Thereabouts. That's a big ass Christmas tree. About 3/4 of a mile down the road. Good thing about it though, it's pulling a lot of bugs over it. Excellent, girl. What's your Christian name? Or given name? It says it's got 4 lurkers right now. Jewel Marie. That's actually really pretty. She go by Marie or Jewel? Jewel. Okay. Carol's daughter got saved.
Awesome.
Cállate, culero. The missus is right here. She's not found chat. I got to read stuff to her. So Sister Jewel. Yeah. I think my dog's about half chupacabra. At least the butt ugly part. Yeah, Coolero. Yeah, Chris, that's his name, Coolero. Hey, Chris, you want to buy a 16 gauge? I want a box of shells. I'll say cheap. Did you get moved in yet? I drove by snooping the other day, seeing if I could spot you. I think I did, actually. let's see. If I found the right house, you go, just get on it, go past Jerry's place. When you get to the where you can either turn and go back to Schneider or go like you're going to go to Hermley, just go to Murphy's Corner and turn south. Voila. Now would be a good time to do it because seriously, I mean, uh, if you turn the opposite way of going to the drilling rig over there, you're gonna drive right by my house. So, all you gotta do is ask for the address. Or I guess I could throw it in the truck and bring it to you. There's that. And I kind of borrowed it, huh? I guess I could bring the damn thing back. When you get past no, when you see the gin coming, no, you're coming. You'll be coming over. Never mind. You're fine. But if you come the other way, man, you slow down at that intersection, or you'll catch air. You won't catch air going in, but you will catch air coming out. That's that. It's a combination road bar ditch right there. It's interesting. Actually, it's kind of fun. Well, the first time I went through it, it was fun anyway. I went Dukes of Hazzard in that RAV4. Hazel, that better not be my other glove. Oh, you can see the moon better now. There's the moon. I think so. That's why it's really rough. Ooh, you going to bed already, Carol? Oh, good night sleep tonight. You're so ready because yeah, you're finally cooling off. It's what I checked before coming. It was 91. That's actually it's weird when 91 feels okay. We're sitting out here and not dying in the heat. We're actually, but we spend a lot of time outside in it. We tried to make ourselves get acclimatized to it. The first time it gets down to 50, we're going to feel like we're freezing to death.
Yeah.
Now you're 6 miles. 6 miles, at least 6 miles. If it's a place I'm thinking about, open pasture, Little White House, Don and Joe's old camper trailer, not too far off of 208. Y'all about a quarter of a mile up off of. Huh? Oh well, sorry. I forget that this is like a public thing or whatever. Okie dokie. Hey, Holly. Uh, Dude, have you seen that spot there on 208 where they've killed 4 bucks now. Well, 3 bucks and 1 spike, all like within an eighth of a mile of each other, man. That one guy, he was going to be a decent 8-pointer, and the other one's a 6-pointer, and both of them still in felt, or all of them are still in felt. There's not going to be any bucks left to kill on that section. They took the barbed wire down and put up that goat wire, and now they can't get through the fence. They're all dying on the highway right there. It'd be all right if they didn't put that barbed wire strand at the top of it, and the goats try to jump over it, and they get their back foot hung, and then they don't want to jump it again. No, they're hitting them with their vehicles. Yeah, that road, Chris. Yeah, roadkill season.
Yeah, but in Texas that don't do you any good. You just can't pick up roadkill.
Yeah, it's against a lot of pickup roadkill here. Somebody had a 200-pound boar out on the road there. That wasn't you, was it? I think last time I was on here, I talked about I got my AK to where it would shoot. Then I'm gonna take it apart and smack it one more time though, just to make sure it stays there. The way the foreguard, and I should have noticed it when I was taking it apart, but I didn't pay close attention. The foreguard on the front was actually rotated at some point or whatever it got hit, and that foreguard, the way it's put on, actually goes into it's got cleats that go into the barrel nut, and whenever it fell, I guess it jarred just hard enough to where it had the barrel nut turned all the way back, solid up against the gas tube, and it was just enough to where that barrel was flopping all over the place. Well, not, but the barrel was not locked into position. And I wasn't the guy that put that gun together, and I'm really hoping I don't need to take it all the way apart, because yeah, they've hit 2 porcupines here too. Wish people quit doing that. Porcupine's good eating, man. It's like little.
That's where it's on those meat skewers, huh?
Yeah, it comes with a built-in. You just slap it to a board and cook it in its skin. It's perfect. Got built-in toothpicks.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's little skewers in there. You could just
cut in little tiny, what do you call it, pieces, and make little kebabs. Ooh, have you ever eaten one, Carol? They're flipping delicious. I am going to put them somewhere between turkey and pork. They're like juicy, super juicy actually. Kind of like pork, but they don't taste like pork. But they don't taste gamey at all. Yeah, dove season next weekend. I gotta go get my license. there's a oh man, I was going to talk to John, but I need to call him more. There's a tank over here. I'm hoping to go do first day of season there. What you need to do is go ahead and supplement the feed for a few weeks, and it's just better for the wildlife and stuff. You've got to make sure though that you put out a sign to explain to the turkey that that's for the deer, and then that way, if the turkey just insists on eating the deer's food, you've got to do something about it. And then whenever, and then when you start feeding the turkey, you put a sign that explaining to the turkey that they need to leave it alone, or whatever, vice versa, however it goes. That way, you're not actually baiting the animals in; you're just supplementing their feed. And
Corn is not a supplement feed for deer.
no, but it's always candy. Actually, if you're going to supplement their feed, you should do it with high protein sweet feed, as it's better for them. And
That or food plots.
better food plots. And besides, they like it more.
But deer feeders that drop corn is not considered supplemental feed.
Unless you're putting high protein pellets in it, which they like better anyway. I'm just saying. Not suggesting anything. I'm just saying that indeed they do like the high protein pellets better. And you can actually use that to lower your property taxes. I was wondering about them pintos. Yeah, and see that tank is surrounded by they put hay grazer on it, and then there's a wheat field behind it, and then a wheat field on either side of it, and then
And in front of it's CRP.
and in front of it, what's Milo? They planted Milo. Well, wild hay grazer, the wild Milo, and there's dove all over it. Dove, hog, deer. I've got to
There's
get
a
my.
lot of hogs. You can
Yeah.
from the aerials, you can just see,
See the-
all
yeah.
the hog prints.
I need to get my deer blind over there, but my help quit me, so I just kind of have to go do it myself, I guess. I started pulling the lumber out to go knock it together, and that's all I'm gonna do is just put in a box, put in a G, short wall, long wall, long wall, longer wall, short wall. Just sit in there and with a couple little gaps. I just need enough room to stick a rifle barrel out. I actually want to build two. I want to build one down there where they had theirs, and then I want to build one on top of that dirt they dug out of the tank. I figured Chipper's in here lurking. Well, that's the other thing. They've been running over fawns and bucks this year like crazy. I hadn't seen that many does get hit, but they've killed a lot of the fawns. A lot of the guys driving the trucks now aren't really professional truck drivers. So. It's kind of hard to drive your truck while you're checking your Snapchat.
All you gotta do is pass the test. You don't have to go do nothing. You
Mm-hmm.
can walk in off the street as long as you can do the drug test.
And that's the
You can
one.
learn that in a day.
Yeah, because they take you to the whatever. That's all they do is they teach you how to pass the test.
Yeah.
That's it. I haven't been back over there this summer. It's been too hot to try to shoot. If I shot a pig, all I'd have to do, I'd just have to kill it and leave it there. Hey, Mark. Get enough people in here, I might actually start talking about the topic. Um, which is, I guess, 12 of us now. Or, well, there was 12. Um, I think everybody in here is doing their what they can as far as their own food. I know Sasquatch is, C103 is. Uh, did you ever get to put in a garden, Carol? Uh, Even if you can't put in a garden, find a farmer's market. Find somebody that's got a big truck garden. I need to go talk to that old boy. I don't know what he's going to do with all that. Found a guy, he's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 acres over there in melons and looks like either black eyed peas or green beans. Uh, Actually trying to figure out where I can put in some wheat where the cow won't eat it or bull. I'm actually surprised at exactly how much wheat you can grow in a small plot. Uh, 1 acre of wheat would put out a lot. I mean, that would be a lot of wheat if you had the rain for it. Oh, so you're making a beer run, man? I'm guessing Mark made some. Who made all the corn? We didn't make any corn. Our corn sucks. I don't even know if I want to try again next year. I want to grow my own corn at least 1 year. My mom could do it. Granted, she was doing it up on the cap, but it's totally
It
different.
looked like it was going to do real good there at first.
Yeah, and then uh, they started putting that crap in the sky.
Honey, you know they don't do that.
Okay. The breeze needs to come back. We had a breeze when we came out here, and it's gone, like dead air. It is the right time of the year for when the sun sets. The lakes go glass around here, man. It's my favorite time to be on the water, actually. Uh, Love to get to the lake probably about an hour before sunset, and then get out on the water, and it's like glass for the rest of the night. They just You got to be careful about turning on a light because you get ate up by bugs. My laptop screen is just covered with them little things, whatever they are. I don't know, Chris. I didn't. I don't have the other thing open. Somebody may have timed you out on accident. Hold on, let me check. But you're back now. So, and there's some words that it won't let you type if you're trying to type, like redneck or something like that. You can't say it. YouTube won't let you type it. I don't know why. It's just been like that for forever. It's going to be loud for a second. Hold on. Oh, no. Oh, let me mute this puppy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Huh. I don't know. I got good. Shows my signal's good and strong. Um, you know, I want to do pop out chat. I gotta do what's wrong. Ooh, live chat. Why doesn't it give me the option to do pop out? Here. Apparently, YouTube's got some issues here. There we go. I can't see me, but I can see the chat now. What do you mean you gotta find? You need to. You got my phone number, man. You need to call me sometime, boy. We'll talk to you later. I may give you a call tomorrow or something if I got your number. If I don't have your number, well, I don't have your number. You need to call me because I got a new phone and I ain't got nobody's number. If you have my number and you want me to have your contact information, you need to freaking call me or text me and say, "Hey, this is whoever," and then I can put you back in my phone. I had so many contacts in my other phone that I didn't use anymore. I just didn't port them over. So how can my resources be exhausted? It's telling them that uh, comments telling them that resources have been exhausted and internal error messages and stuff like that. It's because of my title up there, guys. In case y'all didn't pay attention to what it says. Mm.
It's just a gnat. Drink it. It's fine.
It had legs and wings,
Well, gnats have legs and wings.
and there was more than one of them. You drink it.
It's got sugar in it. sugar. I don't want sugar.
Well, y'all tell me if it's messing up too bad.
Just close it out and restart it with a better time.
All it says is what's really going on, and can we do anything?
Exactly.
Uh,
Just close it out or something. Just chill it.
all the people are reporting me. They're like, "Oh, he's talking bad." It could be the interwebs or whatever. We're having power problems here
Oh, got it a
in
bit.
a little while, yeah. But it was weird though. I was listening and you could hear them amp up, and this would quit. So they shouldn't be pulling from our grid.
I don't know where they're coming. I don't know what they're.
They should have their own power.
I don't know if they're tied in or if they're on their own. I haven't looked at it that way.
They're if they've got the living quarters and stuff there though, they would be tied in. But and it's only taken down one bit. So I think it's whatever they were doing the other day. They screwed something up. Call and tell them. Well, bunch of nines. We could also stop acting like communists, socialists, and Marxists. Uh, the government's not actually supposed to do anything for us. Uh, there should be no federal money going towards road work or infrastructure. That should be on the states. If states want good roads, then the states should build good roads. Uh, if people want the poor to eat, then the people should feed the poor. But what it was originally intended, it was basically you paid in while you worked, and then you were basically a 401k that you were paying into the federal government. The federal government took care of your money, and then it made sure that everybody paid in got paid. So you could retire when you were, what was it, the original retire age was 62, something like that. You could retire at 62 and live your last 20 years without having to work yourself to death. When Social Security was started, people were working by the time they were 16. So that's a long time to pay in. Back in the 70s, they started calling it a bloated system and started doing other things, paying for welfare and it and it. We have to have a federal government. Uh, we need a federal government originally intended to be, but self government does not work. The If the United States of America suddenly went into a situation where there was no federal or state government, well, just federal. If there was no federal government, each state was on its own. we would be shredded economically by Europe, Asia, uh, the whole Soviet bloc. We there wouldn't be no such thing. If we had never been what we were, there wouldn't be no such thing as a F-16 or F-35 or Warthog or uh, well, actually, we wouldn't have survived World War II. We would have been Japanese now. Uh, so did they get stupid and crazy and start going just more and more and more and more? Yeah, our country was not. Our country nor our constitution was designed to give people individual governance over themselves and their property. You're not. I don't buy into the sovereign citizen because anarchy, self-rule, true anarchy, not the survival of the fittest, but where there is no government and each person governs himself, doesn't work because Bubba doesn't have the same values as Bobby. They live right next to each other, and Bubba and Bobby are going to wind up killing each other because they're so different. We say, well, Bubba and Bobby just got to realize that Bobby's place is Bobby's and Bubba's is Bubba's. Well, uh, Bobby wants to put up giant spiked electric fence and uh, block out all the sun off of Bubba's place. It's on his property. He can do whatever he wants and self government, even though it's destroying Bubba's property value and his ability to live on his own place. We have to have the cool thing about America. It was supposed to be of the people, of the people. That's we were supposed to find people from our own walks. We weren't supposed to be electing lawyers and judges to be legislators. We were supposed to be electing blacksmiths, welders, pumpers, engineers, farmers, ranchers. They were supposed to go take a turn. Wasn't supposed to. There wasn't supposed to be politicians. That's where we screwed up, and we did it.
But it's just like any board. You can't find people that will be on school boards, city boards,
Yeah, you know,
anything.
nobody wants to run. The only people that want to
Nobody.
run are the people that want something for themselves out of it.
And local level, but not any higher up.
The people that need to be running are the ones that say, I don't have time for that. I need to take care of my stuff." And that's the problem. The people that need running your local and state government are the people that they've already got stuff going on. I mean, asking them to give up 2 years of their life to make sure that your life stays right is a lot. I mean, when let's go back to Bubba and Bobby over here. They're actually really good friends. They get along great. Bobby knows that Bubba will be a great senator. He gets together with all the people that get Bubba elected. Let's say state representative. They get Bubba elected. Now Bubba has to go for 2 years and just leave his little farm alone. Guess what? Bobby and all them people that got him elected, they need to keep his damn farm going for him. What? Yeah, that's the way it needs to work. What good? Which military? There's a bunch of the guys out there that claim to be part of the militia and stuff. I don't want them running my country. I do not want them in charge. Their political, religious, and ethnic views are completely opposed to what I believe America is about. Who's going to run? Who do we need to? Who do we need to take over? And uh, yeah, I honestly believe it's going to handle itself when the next election comes around. They're going to do the lockdowns and stuff. They're going to do the mail crap. Uh, honestly, I hope that Trump gets to run and he gets elected because it'll be them that touch it off. And honestly, if they touch it off, the left, if they're the liberal, progressive, screamy, purple haired, stupid, oh God, a perfectly fine Adam's apple for a woman, people go, we can do something about it. I don't know about y'all, but I do not trust the United States military not to send an RPG right up our ass. Well, I don't. 15 years ago, yeah. Barry was in there. No, we no longer have the people that are being put in positions of authority in the armed services are not the people that used to be in positions of authority in the armed services. Okay, it's just that simple. Hey, SHTF Hunter, uh, I disagree with you. I think it should be a 22 long rifle. So, I wanted to say that in the comments, but if you want to start a big old fight, it's just my channel, and I can say that I think it should be a 22 long rifle because you can stockpile a heck of a lot more of the ammunition. It's a lot easier to carry, and uh, yeah, you put the slug in the right place, you can kill anything in North America with it. But it's are you a good shot? That's man. I love a 22 log rifle. I've killed so many stuff. I've killed 200-pound hogs with that, and I need to set my camera up and just shoot one of them big old sows over there with a 22 long rifle. It's armor plated wild boar. If I can drop her on camera, then there it is. Yeah, but and I've thought about getting one of those things. Uh, I am going to convert my AR to more like the one you had. I'm going to get rid of the iron sights. I'm going to put an optic on there. I just can't see well enough to shoot without an optic anymore. Well, you can't eat bullets, and that's what they're going to. If you do not live in rural America, you do not realize what they're doing, people. I've been harping on this for 4 years now or longer. They're systematically killing every mom and pop grocery store. There's no more IGAs anywhere. I don't know of a single IGA within driving distance of me. That's Independence Grocers Association. There's I'm not going to sound them off, but I can think of 5, 6, 7 that don't have grocery stores anymore. They literally have to drive 35 or 40 miles to go to Walmart, to grocery shop now. And they had their own stores, but then Walmart put in a store on the highway by their town. As soon as the local grocery store went out of business, they closed the Walmart. And the places where they didn't put in a Walmart, they put in the Dollar General and put in all these groceries. So the little grocery store wound up having to close. And then next thing you know, the Dollar General ain't carrying crap. Not much more than your regular convenience store. It's they're systematic. They are moving everybody into the big towns. It's not big enough to support a full size Walmart, you know, grocery store and clothing store and all that stuff. They wanted to put one here that had the tires and everything, but they enough of the town came together and said that if you put in the tire store, then we won't let you open back up. So we didn't get a tire store, which yeah, three mom and pop places, 4 mom and pop places. Uh, but I digress. Now I don't think that's uh, it'd be a waste of manpower, bunch of nines, because all you gotta do is take your groceries away. I used to be adamant about I didn't shop. I had guess what? I shop all I mean, uh, we had a local. Wasn't really a locally owned, but we had a grocery store chain here that was actually started by a local guy. It got big, but they had better food. The meat was bad. The prices were better. I mean, there was no reason not to shop there. That company sold out to one of the bigger companies, which was nationwide, and they're way more expensive than Walmart, deliberately. Um, and it's just there's the stores are nothing like the old stores are now. It's just like going to it's United. United used to be an excellent place to shop. Now you might as well go into any of the Lowe's stores or Albertsons. Well, Albertsons. Might as well go into an Albertsons. I hated shopping in Albertsons. Albertsons sucks for being a grocery store. And that's what you're getting there. It's branded different, but they took out everything. There used to be a huge meat department in the United. It was like a butcher shop. You could actually watch them cut your meat. You can't see the butcher anymore. You don't know who's back there doing what to that meat. I don't think they even cut it there anymore. I think they cut it, they bring it in and just sell it. Yes, but the cities where the big chain stores are getting robbed blind and closing down are the poor, democratically run cities, which forces the people that are smart to move somewhere else. And then they bring their family with them, and the next thing you know, the cancer spreads. They've destroyed Detroit. They can either keep supporting Detroit or they can finish it off. They can get rid of the stores. You can't buy no groceries here. There ain't no groceries here. So let's move over here. Let's move to Dallas, Oklahoma City, uh, Atlanta, and then they go to voting the same kind of people in, same kind of policies in, and then you killed Dallas, you killed Austin, you killed Lubbock, you killed Atlanta. You know what I mean? And then the power just moves further and further north of Richmond. My wife's looking at me like, you need to shut up. But yes, it you have to sell 2 bunches of banana to replace 1 stolen banana. You have to, well, that's when I was in the grocery store business. You had to sell 6 cans of soup to replace one, or the 6 cans of soup to replace 1 stolen can of soup to get back to break even. And this was, hell, I don't even know how long ago. I hadn't been in the grocery business in forever. I actually thought it was for me there for a while. I live at the southern border. Exactly. They stopped learning, Ollie. Nobody wants to know about football, the Kardashians, uh, the Hollywood, or their local football team. Past that, they don't care. They don't want to know about politics. Uh, they want to learn what it takes to be actively involved in your community. They used to teach government. They used to teach you how to be politically active in school. They stopped that. early 80s, I guess, or late 70s. They no longer taught it. Um, to make the grade in ag, you had to be actively involved in uh, FA, FFA, because FFA taught you how to be involved in government. I was actually a member of the debate team. What people didn't want to be involved in politics, and here we are. People didn't want to go to the. They didn't want to go find out who was running for city council. And go knock on his door and say, "Okay, man, I got a few questions for you." Okay, can I talk to you? Because that's important. When I was a kid, if you didn't proclaim a devout faith, you weren't getting elected. And now you can just say, "Yeah, I've got a faith." You don't have to say what it is. You can do whatever you want to. People stop being responsible for themselves, and here we are. And I'm just as guilty. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I was more worried about making a dollar than I was about good choices about who I was voting for. I only voted for people I thought that was going to make sure my check was okay. I wanted people to make sure I voted for people that were going to make sure I kept working. And it's still, most people, that's how they vote. They vote for people that are going to make sure they still get their check, and the other side votes for people that they think are going to keep them their jobs. Found another thing on this wind energy stuff. Why it's such a big deal. Uh, they know they can't do anything with the windmill blades after they take them down. Uh, and they don't have to replace them every 10 years. There's nothing wrong with them. But they get a income tax break if they replace them every 10 years. So they're literally making more trash than they need to. It takes hundreds of barrels of crude oil to make one blade. That's just to make them. It takes another couple of hundred to get them delivered. It takes another hundred or so to get one put up. Wind energy isn't clean energy. Wind energy is another way for the petrodollar to continue to work. Solar, all them fancy solar panels are made out of petroleum distillate. So Every time they put up a solar panel, the oil companies make money. I would rather be looking at cooling towers for a nuclear power plant than that drilling rig right now. One nuclear power plant could supply all the energy that every windmill within view of my house puts out. One nuclear power plant could replace thousands of these freaking windmills. And over the lifetime of that power plant, all of the spent nuclear, all the spent fuel rods could be stored in my shed, an area the size of it. It's over the life of this power plant. Nuclear energy is the only clean energy. And it doesn't take a crap ton of petroleum distillate to keep it going. Well, Steve and Chip, if y'all figure out how to comment, y'all let me know. I'll respond to comments if you get the comment. My wife says I should close this down and change the title. She just figures all the problems would go away. She's probably right. Yes, you know that most of that $3,000 they get is paid for by government subsidies. Ollie, we're all paying the farmers to let them put those up. That's not cool. That's the way it is here. I mean, these guys are banking it. And I'm proud for them, man. They're finally they're making money. Uh, they don't have to pay property taxes on them on the windmills. Uh, they get huge income tax breaks, and literally, uh, I forget the number, but a lot of the money for each windmill that is actually constructed and maintained is paid for by government subsidies, federal government money. The reason they stopped putting them up around here for a while back when they first started was because they had to get the the thing pushed through Congress to for more money. They had to rat hole it in some save the whales legislation somewhere. It's windmills are bad. The end. They're in all the places where they. I don't know. I can't find a list of where they make the parts for the windmills. They don't make any of it. They're shipping these things by rail car from somewhere, which means they're coming from all the way across the state. very, and considering the amount of rosin or resin they have to have to make them, well, no, it actually makes more sense. They'll make the resin at the refineries in Houston, oh, around there. And then they will ship the resin up north to Michigan or some crap like that, and then make the blades up there, and then they will ship the windmill blades after they've made them in Michigan back down here because that's the most efficient way to do it. Instead of just making the plant down there and then, taking the resin across town and then delivering the windmill blades to Texas instead of from New York City or wherever that was. Just being negative. I gotta go get a cup of coffee. Holly, you are in charge. There are thousands of them sons of bitches around me. Dun, dun. Sun came up. Oh, bunch of nines. You can't say that out loud. You mean go back to what they were originally designed to be? Uh, a way where people could be independent of the power grid. You can make your own electricity. A friend of mine, he's got his own wind turbine. Uh, he uh, he says it's kind of expensive to keep the thing going because it breaks down. But it and it doesn't. He's not completely independent of the grid, but he says it takes a lot of, and it's I think it's a little 40-foot tower, and I think the thing's got like 10 or 12 foot blades on it. Is all two blade or four blade. Can't remember now, but it's got a generator on it. Oh, about the size of a 30-gallon drum. Makes 240 volts. He's got to have it's got like a transformer and all. So I think it makes direct current and then goes to a thing. And he was talking about it, and I was like, okay. Get through with what I want to do here, I'll have windmills, but I'm just going to do DC power windmills. Running, I don't, 24 volts would make more sense. Uh, have your own power pack. You got to be careful though. You run the 24 volts and you run through blah blah blah. There's enough current in those freaking batteries. If you screw up and grab the wrong wires at the wrong time, you die. So it's it's not so much the volts that hurt. Worst shock I've ever had was 90 volts. That shit's uncomfortable. I've played around with a little Tesla coil. I'm not that interested in a big one, but it's you can either keep spending money on buying your electricity or whatever and paying rent, or you can buy your own piece of property and invest in your own piece of property, put up your own windmills, your own solar panels. Don't put them on your house. Put them on your barn. Barn's okay. Um, and then do a better job of insulating your home so you don't have to use as much electricity. Get rid of your freaking electric appliances. Get propane. What's that? King of the Hill? Propane. I'm telling you, propane's the way to go. Okay, Holly, thanks for keeping these guys in line. Did anybody get out of line while I was gone? They probably did, didn't they? The 12-volt windmills are stupid easy. And I guess I'll go ahead and build one just so I can say, see, they're stupid easy to build. Don't start that wrestling crap. How it's got that sneeze thing he does. Have you noticed that Hazel mimics him when he does the sneeze? Hazel said, got a less than a year old pup over there wrestling with a 13-year-old dog, trying to prove how tough he is. 13-year-old dog, but I can fight, man. That little dog's tough as crap. Uh, in the It depends on whether or not the wind's blowing. If the wind blows up way up there most of the time. I mean, literally, it's weird that the wind doesn't blow down here. Like right now, we've got a little what, maybe 5 mile per hour breeze, something, and 3 or 4 mile per hour breeze. It wouldn't be enough to turn a turbine, but 50 foot in the air. I think I just saw a shooting star. 50 foot in the air. Uh, there's maybe a 10 mile per hour breeze that will turn one. That's why they put them. That's why they put them on really tall. Thank you. My wife's dog stole the dog brusher outer thingy.
My dog. No. It's my dog. No. Animals.
Hear that? You better start acting right. I go fish. I'm gonna come back and be like, "Where my dog go?" She goes, "I took my dog." Oh. Yeah, I haven't been going live regularly. I've been between the headaches and being busy. Rough. I've managed to survive the last 3 nights without a major headache. So, here I am. And we really didn't do anything today. We kind of like took the day off, which was silly. This is probably the coolest day we've had in forever. But I think it was good for us. It was good for me. Yeah, right. Uh, so you got it'd be really hard to produce enough electricity with a hydroelectric dam to run your house. And not everybody can build a little hydroelectric dam or a little salmon will die. The little trouts will die. The little mosquito minnows will die. It's just you can't dam up every little patch of running water you got. It just doesn't work. Um, a lot of the lakes in northern Canada weren't supposed to be there. They dammed up rivers to make hydroelectric dams, and people don't realize that's where a lot of jobs went out of Michigan and stuff like that was north of it. They didn't go to China; they went to Canada because Canada had all that free electricity, or relatively free electricity. So, and they had already this what's it, it's an induction heating stuff. You can use electricity to melt steel. Does it really fast. So, Well, yeah, if you just need a little bit of power, but in today's society, people don't need a little bit of electricity. The whole time I've been running this live stream, I don't know if y'all can tell, but there's been uh, AC compressor running. It's 220 volts, drawing probably 1.7, 1.8 amps, just eating it up, just slapping the piss out of them kilowatt hours to keep the house the temperature we want it kept at. Now it will go off in a little bit when it pulls off, but and then you got refrigerators, freezers, uh, freeze dryers. That's a plug on you, there, boss. Um, Flat screen TVs, which pull as much electricity off as they do on. If you want to lower your electric bill, when you turn off your TV, have a circuit protector in line, have it plugged into the wall, and have all of your TVs and everything plugged into it that has a breaker on it. Go over there and flip the breaker on your power bar. Yeah, if you want to turn your TV on, you've got to go over there and physically give it power back. Guess what? It's drawing juice during the day when you're not home. And the other side of that is all them super spy agencies. Fight! Can't. Uh, Hazel. Say, Hazel. You're the one causing that. Sit. Sit. You're in timeout. What was I talking about before dogs got into it? Anyway, they can't turn your TV on and watch what you're doing in your room. Everybody's like, I put tape over my camera. They don't need it. You know, your flat screen doesn't need. You're supposed to be sitting down into it. Just not sitting down into it. Doesn't. You know, that light goes go both ways on those things. So, yeah. You may not get it.
Most people walk around with their stinking cell phones anyway.
Yeah.
You can be talking about something and you look at stuff later and the advertisements are that specific thing. I'm sorry, your phone hears a lot of stuff.
Me coming on my phone, just sitting here right now, waiting for you to say "hey" and then another word.
Yeah.
What?
Sit down.
This is my Chihuahua.
Sit.
He weighs about 30 pounds. No, I guess what? 20. This is my 20-pound Chihuahua. And he doesn't look like a Chihuahua. It's because he's not a Chihuahua. It's supposed to be a Chihuahua. He's not. He's just kind of fugly mutt, sort of. Oh. Are you biting me? What if I bite you? He's a good dog. He follows me everywhere. Ow. Dude, I'm going to bite your ear. Don't quit. Oh, quit. Quit. This is why you don't get in bed with me, man. He's a good dog. Free to good home. Get off me, you useless piece of crap. Yeah, you weigh 20 pounds at least. No. Hang on. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Sit down. I didn't say to sit under me. Whatever. Yes, I just gave my dog another butterscotch. It's his life. I'm not good for him. His butterscotch will last longer than this lifesaver does. See what we're talking about. Anything? Someone talk about? Should we touch on Maui? Yep, that was a lot of crap. Uh, they're not playing around over there. They're not waiting for the little towns to dry up. They're just going to close them down. The end. I just wonder how things are going on Guam. What we got going in Puerto Rico right now. You weren't supposed to eat it. You This dog come over here and lay down by me, so you crunched it up and swallowed it. Like you think he's going. He doesn't want candy. That was your snack. That was it. You're getting them. It's actually past their feeding time by an hour. That's why Sadie's laying over there being all dejected. He's not going to feed us tonight. He's just going to lay over and pout. If they get away with putting blue hats on the ground here, then we deserve it. I don't think it's going to happen. Unless everything explodes and people do what they're talking about doing the next election or before the next election. Then there will be blue on the ground. And that means that we fell right into doing what they want. Has anybody seen anything from Dry Fire Faith? I haven't seen him around anywhere. I think he just got busy doing the things, probably. Yeah, but that's the deal. Batteries are consumable. I get that. They only take so many charges. Lead acid, they only take so many charges. Either I guess they're grabbing another stem. I would think would have to hook up more than that. They must be punching through the rock.
Okay.
That's the only real drawback to doing solar at the Apaco barn. It's uh, the batteries. I mean, I'm looking at $500 or $600 worth of batteries just for basic electricity. The Well, it'd be $600 bare minimum worth of batteries just to have a night's worth of electricity. And then you'd have to run all the solar, would have to run all day to charge them. I'd have to have 2 panels per battery to get them charged all the way through. And so if I wanted to run something during the day, like a fan or a small air conditioner, I would have to have 3 times the solar panel to keep them charged. Yeah. I've been in these substations for these windmills and seen the battery banks they have in there. Uh, and those batteries are charging and discharging at a rapid rate all day long. And little puppies are boiling. Well, not boiling, but they're plenty warm. And big sign on them: if you get too close to this, you'll die. It's worded differently, but which was great for me because I had to stand like 5 foot away from it to do what I was doing. I'm like, I don't want this job anymore. Told my boss, until I don't get paid much for this. Well, yeah, but then you have to have a, hey, creative, you have to have a, I mean, CR, you have to have a source of acid. I mean, there, you can do things, but all these things that we talk about doing as preppers or stuff is all stuff that literally depends on right now on the grid staying up to be able to acquire those things. And in the event of the grid going down, you're going to have somebody with the knowledge and skill it takes to manufacture sulfuric acid, or sulfuric or hydrochloric. Which one is it that works in the batteries? That does the batteries? I think sulfuric. Yeah, that makes the lead acid battery work. You can make your own lead acid battery. They don't have to be this cute, pretty little thing that goes in a that'll fit the car. There you go. That's me and the missus. One of our goals is to have a windmill, a water well with a windmill. Then we'll pump our water for it. Granted, there will be no such thing as cold showers ever again in the summertime. Uh, Not unless you want to go do it right by the windmill. And then it'd be really cold, like really cold. Uh, and so we want some solar here. We want enough solar to run a small air conditioner so we can sleep. Because being able to sleep comfortably in the summer is insanely important. I actually toured a water powered saw. Get off me. It's a really cool the way they made the saw work. I actually got to spend about 2 days in a machine shop. The entire machine shop was water powered. It, there's a they had taken the dam out, so they did a dam that dammed up the creek. They held back enough water, and whenever they wanted to run machine shop, they would open the gate. It would go down this ditch at the back of the machine shop. They would turn the wheel, and that wheel turned a shaft, which turned a bunch of big leather belts and stuff, which ran to each into lathes, end mills, everything. Man, they could literally run that entire building off of a water wheel. It was the coolest thing ever, and all of that equipment was still operational. Granted, all of the belts running from the big overhead pulley system to the equipment were gone, and there was a electric motor installed to run each individual piece of equipment when I was in there, because it was a working machine shop up until about 2 years before I got to tour it. But in a pinch, it could have been put back into service. So yeah, if you've got water,
I'm going to bed.
you're going to bed. I think I'm going to go to bed too. We got lots of stuff to do tomorrow. Unless you want to just let me lay in bed, you can get out and do all that for me. That's a pretty solid no. I thought she was going to turn the light off on me. All right, Carol. I think I'm gonna get out of here too. That's a pretty decent chat. To sum it all up, take care of yourself. That's all you can do, right? Keep voting. You got to vote, even if you feel like you're just throwing it away. You got to vote. Uh, you can't lead the charge from the rear, so don't nobody be expecting me to be in the front of that sucker either. Just things are bad. I don't know what else to tell you. The food, stop buying food from the grocery store. Um, we are working really hard to replace all of our store bought canned goods with our own canned goods, stuff that we know was growed out of the ground without anything else put in it. Because they're killing us real. They don't need blue hats, and for the most of us, for the most part, they don't need blue hats and directed energy weapons and stuff like that. They're just poisoning us, man. Yeah. There's a lot of money to be made giving people cancer. Plain and simple. Um, any of y'all gonna go check out them eyeballs? Nobody? Okay. Um, it's not a, somebody set something over there that's reflecting light. Um, all right, yeah. Anyway, get out of Dodge. I mean, I know there's people out there that, but if your income doesn't require you to be in the city, and you're not going and doing all the city things every day anyway, you just go do stuff on the weekends. What's wrong with living an hour out of town? I like it. I drove to Lubbock the other day. It took 2 hours to get there. It did not kill me. So, anyway, God bless y'all. Y'all stay alive. Don't die. I'm gonna try to do the same thing. Try to get up to church in the morning, and then I think I'm going to finish cleaning up around the shop, which is still not finished. For anybody that cares, the back is on the shop now. Yeah, God bless you. Y'all still alive.